Everyone has a bond, whether it be with friends, family, or new acquaintances. In short, bonds are everywhere and essential to thriving in life. I would like to present our presentation, The Bonds Between Us, starring me, Christina Jung, Kathleen Lay, and Adrian Pineda. Let us start off with bonds between family. The significance of family is unmeasurable and it is essential to life and to an individual's sense of self. Without family, who would one truly be? In author Jhumpa Lahiri's short story, Mr. Pirzada Came to Dine, Lilia and her grandmother never get to meet, but their bond is very strong through the wooden box, where they keep their treats as if they are a prized possession. Quote, I would place it in a small keepsake box made of carved sandalwood beside my bed, in which long ago in India my father's mother used to store the ground areca nuts she ate after her morning bath. It was my only memento of a grandmother I had never known. End quote. Lahiri 196 through 200. The two both see small treats as something very valuable, sharing common ground and a closely knit bond with each other in a different lifetime. Adding on to the significance of bonds between family, Lilia comes to understand the importance of bonds between family through Mr. Pirzada's experience and reunion with his own family back in Dhaka. Quote, though I had not seen him for months, it was only then that I felt Mr. Pirzada's absence. It was only then, raising my water in his name, that I knew what it meant to miss someone who was so many miles and hours away, just as he had missed his wife and daughters for so many months. He had no reason to return to us, and my parents predicted correctly we would never see him again. End quote. Lahiri 574 through 579. Mr. Pirzada also creates a close bond with Lilia and her family, treating her like one of his own daughters while away from Dhaka, creating a close family-like bond with each other. In essence, the bonds between a family is necessary to thrive as an individual, and without them, one will not be able to thrive, as he is not able to experience the love and tenderness shared and given to one another as a family.
Once upon a time, there was a family of four: a mother, a father, a daughter, and their grandfather. The daughter was adopted and never felt very close to them and felt very different to each and every one of them. That is, until the grandpa passed away. It had been a month since the grandfather had passed away, leaving the three alone in a very still and quiet house with nothing but gloominess and sorrow to surround them. As the three walked closer to the local graveyard, the daughter sighed, wondering why she was brought here. There's no point in bringing me here. I don't belong to this family, and my grandfather never loved me. We barely even talked. There was little to no bond between us. Why am I even here? As soon as the family of three got home, the father forced his wife and his daughter to wait downstairs in the living room, while he rushed up the attic to look for the said gift left by Grandpa. After what seemed like forever, the father finally rushed downstairs, presenting a dusty and old red book to his beloved daughter. The daughter looked at the book in a questionable manner. He gave me this old book? But why? The father chuckled heartedly and shook his head. No, this ain't any old red book, my dear. It is the limited edition and one of the first copies ever published. It is Ray Bradbury's Fahrenheit 451. It was your grandpa's favorite book and used to read to me before I went to bed as a child. As a wee little child. I think you'd love it, because I've seen you browse in our library looking for classical books when we only have cooking books. Blame your mother. The daughter closed the book and looked up to the sky. Wow, Grandpa and me had way more in common than I thought. That's right, dear, the father exclaimed. You and your grandfather are very similar. You remind me of him. You know, the minute I went to the adoption center and saw you reading that big book while the other kids played in the playground, I knew you were the right kid to adopt. Just know I love you, and so does your mom. Despite where you're from or who you are as a person, we love you very much. The daughter smiled brightly and said, I love you too, Mom. I love you too, Dad. The end.
The next bond is bonds between friends. More fundamentally, friendships are essential to our sense of who we are. Neuroscientists have shown that our brain does not reveal to us the world as it is, but as rather possible interpretations of what is going on around us. Row 6 to 8. Dorothy Rowe explains that people need friends in order to help develop a sense of who they are. Scientists have proved that a person's brain does not show the world as it really is, but as how they perceive it to be. When these ideas are shown by events to be reasonably accurate, that is, our ideas are validated, we feel secure in ourselves. Friends are central to this all-important sense of validation. Row 16-18. Having friends is crucial to developing a sense of identity. When friends do certain things that prove someone's view of the world is correct, they feel validated. With validation comes confidence, which allows a person to truly be themselves.
The third and final type of bonds are bonds between new acquaintances. These connections may not be the strongest, but they are the relationships which translate to stronger ones. To begin, the creation of new acquaintances is what keeps the bonds between us present within our societies. For instance, Franz de Waal includes in his scientific essay, Monkey See, Monkey Do, Monkey Connect. The way our bodies, including voice, mood, posture, and so on, are influenced by surrounding bodies is one of the mysteries of human existence, but one that provides the glue that holds entire societies together. De Waal 172 to 175. The concept the author conveys is that bonds between others is not a prerogative, but rather a necessity which holds one another to the communities we all belong to. The traits people possess are the ones which eventually pass down to new acquaintances. In contrast to the previous slide, isolation is what can destroy these global bonds. To illustrate, Dorothy Rowe's informational text, "With friends like these," reads, "Live completely on your own, and your guesses will get further and further away from reality." Row 63 to 64. Rowe articulates how isolation destroys connections with one another, since members of society who remove themselves from reality never validate other members. Validation is what keeps these global bonds strong. Hence, a lack of validation has a capability to destroy them. In summary, connections between acquaintances are the foundation for healthy relationships. They start as the weakest bonds, but they formulate into strong bonds which help people have a better perception of reality. Hello.
Hello.
So, what part of the essay do you want to work on?
I will work on the first two paragraphs.
Okay, I'll work on the other parts then. So, what do you like to do for fun?
I like playing baseball.
Oh, me too. What positions do you play?
I play right field and shortstop.
Wow, me too. Wait. Do you want to go to the park one day and we can practice together?
Yes. Let's go to the park and practice together after we finish our essay.
This sounds good. Maybe we can get something to eat after.
That sounds like a good day. I can't wait.
In the end, bonds are one of the most powerful forces in the world. They have the competence to unify our communities despite our distinctions. When these bonds strengthen, we strengthen our understanding of the many people who inhabit our globe. Thank you very much for watching our presentation on the bonds between us. Please enjoy our bloopers from the making of our video.
10 copies of Rad Burberry's Fahrenheit 450. A month had passed. Oh.
The next bond is bonds between friends. More fundamentally, friendships are essential to our sense of who we are.
How do I stop it? How do I stop the recording?